Welcome to another weekend of motorsport on UHB TV, and let's get straight into the action with our coverage of the third round of the 2011 Britcar Production GTN Championship. Well, with just 3 points separating the top 8 cars, there's clearly everything to play for. And our attention is on the Mazda MX-5 driven by Mark Ticehurst and Owen Mildenhall, who are looking for a podium finish following their amazing performance at Rockingham. UHB TV caught up with them just before the race.
We had an amazing result at Rockingham, considering it was only the second race for the Mazda MX-5 GT and really only a month after the car was built. We actually had a podium finish, a third place finish, which was fantastic for the Jota crew, for Mazda, for myself and Owen. I think it exceeded our expectations early in the season, and it's a great position to now build on going further into the season.
What about the challenges Donington faces today?
Donington's quite a tough circuit actually. It's quite fast, quite flowing, and it's fairly narrow as well. We've got 34 cars in this race, so it's quite a lot of traffic out there. It's going to be a busy race. It's also fairly hard on brakes as well, so you've got to manage those, manage the tyres. So it's a tough challenge, but it's a really enjoyable circuit as a driver because it just flows really nicely. It's really good to drive.
And what about the weather today? Is that likely to pose any challenges?
I think the weather's going to be stable now, albeit I'm no weatherman, but we've had changing conditions through Friday testing and also yesterday in qualifying. Yesterday in qualifying was wet for the start, which is the session that I took, and then it dried to the end. So we've had experience of the different conditions, but I think really we are now dry and it should stay dry. So Owen's going to take the start of the race, then hand over to me about mid-distance. Hopefully the rain won't come, but if it does, it's the same for everyone. And if anything, the strength of the MX-5 and the agility of the chassis, the dynamic handling, it will fall our way if we get changeable conditions.
What are your favourite circuits?
It is one of my favourite circuits. I haven't raced here for quite some time, unfortunately, just through the championships I've been racing in, haven't been here for a long time. So I was really excited to come back. I mean, the Craner curves is something that's really special as a driver. As Owen just said, it flows, and it flows very quickly. And again, with a car as it is just a joy to drive the Craner curves again. So I'm really pleased to be back here.
So some quiet confidence there from the two teammates, but their MX-5 is up against fierce opposition in the form of no fewer than 3 BMW M3s and a BMW Straight 6 with a British touring car's pedigree. We asked Jota team engineer Lindsay Theobald what tricks they had up their sleeve.
In the first race at Silverstone, we had suspension fouling on the body itself, so we had to change the geometry on the rear end of the car really, and there was a damper change as well. As freed that off and drivers preferring the feeling to the car.
And what about this circuit, this particular circuit, Donington? What sort of challenges does that present?
The main challenge here really is brakes, but we should be okay in this temperatures because it's trying to rain, the temperatures are a lot cooler. So hopefully we won't suffer from the brake problem here.
Well, after a tricky qualifying session where weather conditions played a big part, the team found themselves starting from 8th place in their class, which when translated into the full Britcar Endurance lineup, meant a spot on the 16th row. With Owen Mildenhall taking the first driving session, he knew he had it all to do, but at least he did have some extra support and best wishes from the lads of the RAF Typhoon display team. So, bringing us coverage of the race, it's over to UHB TV commentator Mike Brewer.
Yes, thanks Matt, from a beautiful sunny afternoon here at Donington Park. All the preparations are complete and it looks like the Jota team have done a great job getting a Mazda Motors UK MX-5 ready for the race. All the cars are on the grid. This is a roll-in start behind the safety car where the cars have a chance to warm up their tyres before the flag drops. The safety car is in. And they're away. There's a mighty charge down to the first corner, red gate. And almost immediately there's contact involving a Ferrari. But no problems for Owen Mildenhall as he gets through cleanly. Sounds like Owen's on the rev limiter. And look at that, he's trying to go round the outside of a 911. There's no let up in his pace, setting a lap time of 1 minute 16 seconds as he cruises past the white Lockheed Mosler MT900R. He's off, there's a Ferrari, it's going farming. Looks like Owen's got the hammer down, exploiting the 275 PS from that potent 2-litre engine. And as Mark Ticehurst was saying earlier, he loves the Craner curves and it looks like Owen does too. And he looks like he's closing in on the M3 just in front of him as Mark Ticehurst gets ready in the garage. Helmet on, hands device ready and itching to take the wheel after a brilliant drive from Owen, who should be bringing the car in 5th. The James Huggin Lamborghini GT3 is in for a driver and wheel change. And I've just heard from the pit crew that Owen is going to stay up for another lap to make sure the Lamborghini doesn't slow them down in the pit. And in comes the Mazda Motors MX-5. Owen Mildenhall has done a tremendous stint with a fastest lap of 1 minute 16. And there's Mark helping him out of the car as the refueling team move in. Owen's now helping Mark get strapped into the hot seat as he gets ready to head out in 5th position. And Mark will have an eye on those lap times set by Owen. And he's away. And just to prove that Owen did have his foot to the floor, he's in the back of the garage with a problem.
Well, because the exhaust, it gets very, very hot, and it's right underneath our feet. And also we've got metal floor pan, so the floor pan, all the pedals get red hot after about an hour, so it actually burns your feet off a while. So.
Looked like you were doing really well out there. How was it handling?
Yeah, it was brilliant. Really good stint, actually. Had a good start. I think we made up quite a few bases at the start. I think we're up to about 5th in class. Yeah, managed to keep a good consistent pace the whole stint, so really pleased. No problems with the car. So, yeah, looking in good shape.
Mark has done a sterling job of getting the Mazda MX-5 almost immediately into 4th. If he can hold on, I'm sure he can smell the exhaust of the Cunningham Seat in front of him. There's another spinner. It's the white Lockie Mosler again. They're having a nightmare of an afternoon. It looks like Mark's got him. They're now in podium position. All he has to do is keep it there. Let's hear from his teammate Owen.
Owen, just give us a quick update on progress.
Well, we've got about 4 minutes to go. Mark's currently 3rd, so he's doing a stellar job trying to hold off the Cunningham Seat. Fingers crossed, as long as we keep running at this pace, we should stay ahead of him. So that'll be hopefully a 3rd place, but not saying too much yet until the checker flag comes out, but fingers crossed.
And there is that Cunningham Seat, now demoted to 4th as Mark brings the Donington Mazda MX-5 over the finishing line. Celebrations all round in the pit lane as Lindsay gives Mark the good news. It's the 3rd before congratulating Owen on his fantastic job. In comes Mark as the celebrations continue on a great weekend and real progress by the Jota team.
How does it feel to get a podium?
I was just so over the moon to get 2 podiums in the last 2 races when we're only 3 races into developing a whole brand new car. As Mark said, it's a real testament to Mazda and everyone at Jota. It's fantastic, really over the moon. First stint was good. I made a good start, made up 2 or 3 places in our class at the start. And just managed to hold that pace throughout the stint without any major problems.
Well, I mean, I took the car over midway through the race. Owen had done a fantastic job early on. We knew that the whole first stint was all about just staying on that lap of the gaggle ahead of us. The potential of the car is there to get that pace, but you know, we're up against rivals that have developed over 2 or 3 years or more, and we're only sort of 3 months in now. So to have the MX-5 up there competing and getting podiums this early, it will only get better and better.
Well done, both. Fantastic result.
Thank you.
As Mark and Owen enjoy their moment on the step, I'm sure they'll take a lot away from this weekend, including the champagne and the trophy. It's been a great weekend from me, Mike Brewer, and the team here at Donington, and it's back to Matt in the studio.
So, smiling faces all round there, and a cracking performance from the drivers, Team Jota, and most importantly, that fantastic little MX-5. Well, the result leaves them an impressive 2nd in their class, just 1 point behind the leaders and ahead of all the BMW M3s, which is brilliant stuff. Well, the party moves on now to Thruxton on the 11th and 12th of June for the next race, where a fast circuit will provide the toughest test yet. And I can't wait. I'm Matt Teal. See you next time on UHB TV.